What up, Houston Texans fans? We are back. Um, Injury report, nothing too major. MJ Stewart out for a second game for safety special teams due to a knee quadricep injury. Um, Good news is tight end Dalton Schultz practiced, so it looks like he's going to play. Um, you have Damian Pierce hamstring, didn't practice, so Cam Akers is poised to start in his spot if he needs to. And then
I think that's
one,
important.
yeah. And another one, Juice Scruggs groin expected to test out his leg on kickoff for Sunday night. If not, then Jared Patterson will start in his spot.
That's why I think it's important. I think they're both really good young linemen. Like I don't have an issue with Patterson starting.
Yeah.
I don't feel. I do believe Juice Scruggs is the better center, but I think Juice Scruggs is definitely the better pass blocking center opposed to Patterson, which means that you're not going to run on the inside as much. Which means I'd rather have Akers as my backup than Pierce because at least he can get to the edge.
So it kind of works out a little bit if it
Yeah,
pans
a
out
little
that
bit,
way.
just a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I'd like to see him continue to try to run the ball that many times.
true. I mean, we're going against Chicago Bears, prime time, Sunday night. Roof will be open.
Look,
That stadium's going to be loud even with the roof open.
look, I've thought about this, and I can't sugarcoat it. Like, no disrespect to the Bears, but I see this as the perfect opportunity to show the fuck up and show out. Like, you go look good on primetime TV. The whole football world's looking at you. Go blow out a team in a game you're supposed to win, especially considering they're hurt. Like they got the bug already. Like this is your
Yeah,
chance. This is your coming out party, CJ, or team, or somebody show up and do something.
yeah.
So like I don't think we're gonna beat them like 70-10 or nothing like that. But like you should control this game pretty easily.
Yeah, for where your implications are compared to theirs, this is one of those games where it's like, I'm not going to overlook you as an opponent, but I'm damn sure going to pop you in the jaw a few times and make sure that you ain't getting back up. So, like, nah, stay there. Like, this is a game you're going against a rookie quarterback. He struggled week one. That your
Mm-hmm.
defense is going to be like, nah, bro, we're about to eat all over this. Like, the
Mm-hmm.
the building's gonna be rocking. Like they asked Kamari Lassiter how he felt, and he's like, "Hey, I ain't gonna lie." He goes, "I'm expecting not to be able to hear nothing whenever we go play at home." He goes, "They told me." He goes, "Everybody's telling me it's loud." He goes, "I can just imagine how this year's gonna be. It's
At which
we
affects the quarterback. Rookie,
yeah
Caleb Williams. It's his second game. Like not to punk a young boy, but it's like this is the big boy league. I don't have no sympathy for you.
yeah
Like I heard a lot of shit all week. Like, oh, Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson didn't do shit. I wish they had more sacks. I was like, it's not like it was just anybody back there. It was AR. So they did what they had to do to hold the edges and let people work. And he never really got off. He never just took off because he just had nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Caleb's a little different. He's gonna try to stretch plays with his arm and his leg.
yeah.
But I do believe, our defense is gonna show up.
And people kind of shat on the defense because of the big plays from Alec Burks and everything, but canceling those out, honestly, that defense did pretty well. We said in our last video.
It's one of those anomaly things to me because if you like watching the game, I felt like we did pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, it was a lot of tackles, like people had the same number of tackles within the same range, which means it was group tackling. I didn't feel like we missed a lot of tackles, but also they scored 27 points,
Yeah.
and it's like, how the hell did y'all do that? One, they had short field because they took a touchdown off like the two, so that's 20 points. But it's like still like it felt like we were more dominant than the scoreboard showed.
And
But
we
this
were.
week,
We
no, no,
yeah.
no. Yeah, go be the big brother and punch them motherfuckers and beat them up, take the ball, and that's how you put yourself in the conversations of Baltimore.
Yeah. So like I guess from the offensive standpoint, Are you looking for a cleaner game from CJ? His passes weren't terrible, but there was a few
I'm looking
passes where
for
I
a
was,
cleaner game. I think the game will be dictated by the O line. Like
yeah,
last week, I I felt like we didn't do what we had to keep CJ clean.
yeah,
Like he played bad. He was probably sped up because he was the first time he played a lot of reps. The O line was obviously focused on running the ball, so there was like a little bit of shit that happened in the past game. The turf was fucked up. So CJ has some things. I just want the O line to be more like just dominant all the way through. If you do
yeah,
that, I think CJ inherently would just play better because he's fucking great. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I mean, weapons galore on him. Um, from a defensive standpoint, though, I mean, no real injuries. I mean, Jeff Okudah's out. Don't really matter. Uh, but their wide receivers on the Bears are pretty much banged up, hurt. Keenan Allen and all them. So you have Stingley guarding I don't know who, and the rest of these guys. It's
Stingley would probably guard DJ Moore.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He'll probably guard DJ Moore. I don't even think they would be afraid to let Lassiter guard him. I just think wherever side of the field, it's all about our D line. If they put pressure on Williams, then it's gonna be an easy fucking day, bro. It really will. Because like you just said, you have nobody to pass the ball to. I ain't too scared of your running backs. I like Swift, but I ain't scared of that shit. So if the D
we just went
line,
up
if
against
the
a quarterback and a running back that can run the ball, and Jonathan Taylor and
so
AR.
if
So
our D line can apply pressure, we'll be fine. I think it'll be an easy night. Now, if y'all are letting these bastards get behind you and they're still making big plays up the field, we're gonna have a conversation come Monday because that's not a singular game. That's habit.
yeah, that's 2 games in a
So
row.
that's it's not more so what I want to see, it's what I don't want to see. Don't want
Yeah,
to see you getting beat 30, 40, 50 yards up the field anymore.
yeah, because it fell when when the game started. It was like, oh, this defense is locked in, and then those plays happened, and it was like, hold on, we're not used to this.
Yeah.
Hold on, but it is the first game. It is a lot of these guys' first reps. We had to remember that a lot of these guys. I mean, around the league, a lot of players didn't play preseason. So this, like you said, this is their preseason game, kind of to get reps in as a full team. Week 2 now.
And not only that is I feel like there was a miscommunication more so than a system breakdown with that because it was obvious they were using their safeties to apply pressure to their running game. Like I said,
Yeah,
Jonathan Taylor didn't go off. He usually kills us, right?
yeah,
Anthony Richardson didn't go off. So I mean, we did right in that aspect. But to what detriment? Well, you have no safety help. But we don't
yeah.
have to worry about that this week. So Jimmy Ward, Petrie, Bullock, stop letting them do that.
I need some
That's what I want to see.
interceptions.
Who's the leader of the secondary going to be? Because I feel like it's supposed to be Jimmy Ward from a leadership, like a vet perspective, but I don't feel like that. Like from the outside looking, it doesn't feel like that. And I think not only because of the injury, that's why they brought Desmond King back. Because I think he might be that OG.
It it's interesting you bring that up because whenever you know how captains and it's usually the hype man or whatever. And last week was what's his name? Al Shahir. I always
Aziz
forget
Al
his name.
Shire.
Yeah, that guy. And he was hyping him up and everything, and I was like, huh. I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh, okay. But you could see it like they were vibing with him and all that. So with Desmond King, he's kind of like that guy where it's like, oh, okay, you're not that guy,
It's
but
one of
you're
those
that
things,
guy that's
bro. Like,
important.
is he's just a football player. Like that's why he
Yeah,
has a hard time staying on our team is because we don't know exactly what to do with him. But you're always where you're supposed to be.
yeah,
Like you're just good, and when you're in that atmosphere, like as a younger player, you like, man, that dude, how the fuck did he do that? I want to do that too. You know what I mean? So they just
yeah,
respect him a different way. So I felt like he's the OG there. He has the accolades. He's been a Pro Bowler. He's done all that when he was with the Chargers. So I'm cool with him coming back.
yeah. It could be a blessing in disguise. I mean, you don't like injuries to happen, but I mean, you
And
know he's
I
on the
harp
practice
on this. I'm
squad.
gonna say this every week until I think that it's different. Is D'Amico will continually just play people until he finds his best rotation. He really will. So when you get to the tougher part of the schedule, like at the end of the season, we're pretty much going to be locked in on who's where and why.
Yeah.
So right now it's just like a flow.
It, and I don't mind it. I'm liking the fact that it's what we always say, iron sharpens iron. You want that spot, he don't just give it to you. He's like, hey, this guy's outplaying you, dog. He won it. That's what it is for the team. Stuff. And it's like Damian Pierce, you brought it up. Those 3 runs he had were very productive and everything. If
Mm-hmm.
he's hurt, Cam Akers comes in. I'm still confident that he can be good with Mixon. I don't think Mixon's going off the way he did last week,
Mm-mm.
but
So
it's
you
like
see, like the thing about the Bears is I feel like their linebackers are really fast. There's just if we played more of like a power run game, we'd fuck them up. So Pierce might, in theory, also be good, but I'd feel better about it if Scruggs was there. But man, it just get beat tough. We beat the shit out of the Colts D line,
yeah,
and that's not no
small.
punk. Oh, them ain't
Yeah.
punks. So like it made me feel confident about playing anybody. To be honest with you,
No line did their job. I mean, that was the first thing Mixon said. He goes, I gotta give a shout out. He goes, that old line let their nuts hang, and they they did their
I
thing. They
expect to
were like,
see Mixon in the pass game more this week because
yeah,
of those reasons, and he's probably going to get some one-on-one matchups with the linebacker. So I expect to see Mixon to catch a few balls this week. Um, they're probably going to put Jalen Johnson on Nico Collins, which means I would not be surprised if Tank Dell or Diggs or Schultz or somebody goes the fuck off. I think it's going to be an easy game. I really do,
it's like
and
you
that's a
you said
cocky.
in the beginning, prime time, all eyes are on you. The whole football world's
Mm-hmm.
watching. Go out there, knock them out in the mouth, and don't let off the gas because those are the games where then when you wake up Monday morning, everybody's like, oh shit, this is
Did
a
y'all see
real
what
team.
Houston?
Yeah,
Think about it. When they wake up for Monday, the first thing they'll remember is the last game they watched,
yep.
and that was Houston dominant. You know what I mean? That's what I want.
And it's like you have the roster for it. This is what you're built for. You're going all in. I said, these are the games that you need to dominate, win, go on to the next one, and prepare for it afterwards. I'm thinking it's going to be a high offensive game for Houston, low offensive game for Chicago. Um, because
I'll
when
call it down. I think we win by 10 points. I would dare say somewhere around 2 touchdowns. To be honest with you,
yeah,
it's
I
gonna
have
be
a
hard for us to
13.
score a lot of points if we running the ball good because we're not moving the ball. You know,
Yeah,
you slow it down a little bit that way. But I still think we have them by 2 touchdowns this week.
yeah, I was thinking 14-point lead. Um, Caleb Williams
Especially if
throws
we can
2
score one
interceptions.
on defense or special
Yeah.
teams. Easy peasy.
Oh, man, you
Easy
get one of
peasy.
those, and I think Caleb Williams throws a pick six. So I don't know
I just
who,
I don't
but
know who
I think
either.
Caden
My boy
Bullock
Bullock
is.
out there, so it might. I'm telling you, that dude's a ball hog.
You
Love
said
watching
that, and
that
that
dude play.
dude,
Fucking.
he finds that ball like a magnet, and just
The
seeing him
funny thing
pocket. Yeah, I'm like,
is I say that shit and people are like, who are you talking about? Right? And then he does shit like that where he had the pick, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we knew he was gonna be good." It's like you didn't know who that motherfucker was 2 days ago. What are you talking about?
yeah.
Shut up.
Give the rook his flower. I always harp on it. The rookies they said we're not gonna come in and make a difference. They're gonna be there to add depth, and these rookies all said, "Hell nah, we on this team. We gonna give some," and they're producing in ways that the coaches are like, I gotta fucking play them. Like, look at them.
I'm just
It's
saying, like Lassiter playing Bullock had the pick. Cade Stover's a good pass blocker. Like you have to give Casario credit for being a good GM. He really is.
he he
He
get let the
really
coach do
fucking
his
is a
stuff.
good GM.
He found players that fit D'Amico's system and culture to play on a team for him. It's Nick is doing a fantastic job at
It's
GM.
so funny to me because people will be like, "Oh, well, yeah, Stingley's good, but he's still not better than Sauce Gardner." I was like, " shut, the fuck up, shut the fuck up." They're like, "Shut, shut the fuck up, shut, shut the fuck up." Shut, shut the fuck up. 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 Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. They're like, but Sauce was an all pro, and I was like, because he's a good player. He really is. But Stingley's numbers shat on his last year in half the time. That's why Stingley wasn't an all pro.
Yeah. He wasn't hurt. Yeah. And like Stingley said,
Dude
he
had
goes,
5 picks in a month.
yeah. I want him to get one this week so he could put him back on that top chart.
What do you want more? A Stingley pick or a Will Anderson sack?
Ooh. Will Anderson sack.
Me too. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
highly upset though if Aziz Al Shire has another game like that. I need him to be better. Because I tell people, I've been saying this all week. I was like, y'all don't realize how ridiculously fast this defense is going to be later on. And they're like, what are you talking about? Why you can't be fast now? And I was like, oh, you're fast now. But when Christian Harris comes back, you're faster. He's one of the
Yeah.
fastest linebackers in football to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if Aziz can be a menace on his own, imagine what happens when you add Christian Harris.
This guy.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, don't wait for him. Go
Yeah.
be the Mike linebacker we brought you in to be, and then let Christian Harris. He'll clean it up for you because he knows this. Y'all both know the system.
Yeah. I said it, and that's what people aren't realizing. You got Christian Harris out, injured, and then you have what's his name on suspension.
The Nico Autry.
Yeah. So it's like, just stay healthy, run through the
And if
court.
all else fails, if them two goofy bashers are not sure what's supposed to happen, just ask Toa Toa. He knows exactly what's supposed to be going on.
Yeah.
He just
Can't
don't make the
capitalize.
tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there. I just couldn't get him down.
I'm gonna turn Toa Toa's missed tackles into a drinking game.
How
I'll be
you gonna
fucked
be
up by
gone by
halftime. I
halftime?
text you the other day. I was like, "It's 3. This is the second quarter."
By halftime, you gonna be drunk already. Oh man! All right,
Nah,
Texas
it's a
fans.
good one.
Prime time, week 2, roof open, all eyes on us. Houston is gonna be banging. It's gonna be fun. City. As Saturday comes up, it's gonna start rolling around like, oh, okay, it's game time, game time, game time. But
In
Sunday
Houston, all
morning,
these damn motherfuckers that we know around us are fucking thrilled that it's a nighttime game. They're like, "All right, cool. I can watch Canelo fight on Saturday, get fucked up, sleep all day, and then wake up and eat and watch the Texans."
yep, sounds like a lot of people that are
Perfect
gonna be doing
weekend.
that. Yeah.
Perfect weekend.
Well, Houston, be safe. And we're gonna be here. We'll be doing a recap video after it. But drop your comments. What do you think is gonna happen? Texans, Bears, week 2. CJ, Caleb Williams, gonna be a very good one. Other than that, we
Ah,
out of here,
Bears.
Houston.